My name is Catherine Houghton, and I will be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. I have had previous videos, but I have decided to start over, delete all the videos even though there are like 2, and start fresh. Main reason is because it was very disorganized and I didn't know many tags to actually base my videos on. So I will begin this tag. Again, my name is Catherine Houghton, and I hope you enjoy. Why did I start this channel? Well, there are many reasons why I want to start this channel. For example, I want to share my reviews and reactions and all that lovely stuff on YouTube. But another reason is I want to be able to present myself in front of a camera or an audience or anything like that. It is important in the career I want to go into. I want to be a teacher, and I also want to be a writer. Obviously, if you are a successful writer, you are going to have to go to interviews, you will have to do signings, all that fun, not so fun stuff. I want to be prepared for things that may come up in my future, if that makes any sense. What are some fun and unique things that I can bring to Booktube? Well, I also want to use this channel as an opinionated voice. I read more serious things than books like Divergent or The Hunger Games. No hate to them, I read them. So I'm not really allowed to say you're no good, because you're not no good. But I also read dark fiction about self-harm, self-recovery, depression, anxiety, all that stuff, and it can bring an awareness to YouTube and to Booktube that people have those problems, but they also can recover from those problems. I don't know if that makes any sense. It might make sense to me, but not to you exactly. What am I most excited for this new channel? I phrased that weird. I'm excited to get my opinions out there, to review some books, to share my love for books, because whenever I talk about books, my friends look at me like I have 3 heads, because apparently it's weird to like reading in this generation. But it is very common. There are some people who like to read and they're just in the closet because they are scared they'll be picked on. I want to express myself in a way. I want to be able to say my opinions and be able to take back the feedback people might send me, because with every critique you might make, a critique might come back at you. I've learned that as I have been going through theater classes at my high school. Critiques are needed to succeed. Why do I love reading? Well, there are many different reasons why I love reading. One main reason is because it is an escape from my own reality. I can leave my problems behind and dive into a book where there is a character who has her problems or his problems, but they learn to thrive from it. They learn to become something bigger than what they are. That's the main reason why I read darker fiction, because it's actually, I can actually relate to it. I can be like, I felt this before. I understand what this is going through. It's not like some sci-fi or some like in book where the main character is almost too good to be true. In dark fiction, the character is real. It's realistic. It's you in a way, if that makes any sense. So that's why I love reading, because as much as I use it as an escape, I use it to relate to things. I don't know if that makes any sense. What series got me into reading? I don't know when I first got into reading. I remember my mom reading me Junie B. Jones as a kid, and I remember reading The Magic Tree House. But the series that really got me into reading would be Percy Jackson. That was the first series that I was reading it, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Where has this been all my life? Because I came late in the fandom when The Last Olympian was first published. It was because I have it in hardback and everything, and then from there, I'm like, I gotta read these books. But I did take like a 2-year break after, because I'm just like, this isn't the same, I don't like this. But whatever. So that'll be part of the series that got me into reading Percy Jackson, because from there I've read so many different books and series, and I've developed so much more from those series and books. My taste has actually come from the beginning books that I've read. They might have started out with Percy Jackson and Harry Potter and Junie B. Jones and Magic Tree House, but from there it's made something much, much bigger, I guess you could say. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? Well, there's actually two main ones. A, when is a good schedule to make, and how do you find the time to do this? Well, actually there's three. And also, what got you into reading? I don't normally subscribe to many YouTubers because as much as a YouTuber I want to be, I don't go on that much because I have school and it's complicated, my situation with school and stuff. But I want to know how you have started and how you have developed from that, because it's a learning process and I kind of gotta learn as I go, and I want a mentor, I guess I could say, because right now I've edited a few videos, but I don't really know how to edit videos, if that makes any sense. What challenges do I think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? Well, for starters, a schedule. I'm really bad with creating a schedule for things. Like, I can follow a schedule, and I have like my own internal schedule, but it's hard for me to keep on task sometimes. It's probably because my mind's scattered with a billion different things. But also, what will be hard to overcome is being motivated on that certain day to actually make the video, because there's some days I'm just like, I don't want to do anything right now, and I gotta overcome that. But also something to overcome would be maybe learning and taking in criticism, because as hard as it may sound to you about me saying it's hard for me to take criticism, criticism is something really hard to take in sometimes, because when you read it from a screen, you can read it as a hate message, you can read it as anything. So I always try to keep calm when I read messages, because you never know. Unless it's in all caps. If it's in all caps, then I'm going to be like, you know what, you're yelling at me. Please go away. I'm going to just go, please go. Because caps means yelling. I don't know why people always write in caps, because it's basically yelling at people. I don't understand. When did I start reading? That's a toughie, because I started reading when my mom read me Gina B. Jones, and I was in kindergarten or first grade, and I'm in 10th grade now, 16 to be exact. And then I started reading Encyclopedia Brown, and then I started reading Magic Tree House, and then I'm reading Percy Jackson. So I guess kindergarten, maybe even younger than that I started taking an interest in reading. Kindergarten or first grade, one of those two. I don't know. I just remember I had Miss Mashburn as my teacher, and she's an amazing teacher, and I'm so glad I had her as a teacher because she's totally amazing. I've said that before, but whatever. But yeah, so I was a youngling, maybe a little old, because I've heard like some booktubers have started reading at age like 3. I'm like, okay, let's just stop impressing everyone. Okay, yeah. But yeah, first grade, maybe older, maybe younger, I don't know, to be honest. What kind of books do I read? Okay, so I kind of got into this earlier in the video, but I now have to actually focus on this. Okay, so I like reading realistic fiction, and I don't mean high school girls dating high school boys or girls. It could be a lesbian book for all I know. I don't know. I don't really read a bunch of romance because probably has to do with something about me not wanting a romantic relationship, and also the whole sexual attraction thing, because I'm asexual. But other than that, I don't read much romance. I read dark fiction, and I don't mean magic. I mean depression and anxiety and eating disorders and self-harm and all that stuff. But I also read self-recovery and overcoming loss. Oh, I also read about death. But death is something I read a lot about. Yeah, I'm crazy. And I'm starting to get off the train of young adult fiction, and I'm starting to get on the train towards adult fiction. I only have 4 or 5 adult fiction books, but I'm kind of scared to read them because it's adult fiction, and I'm 16, and I spent middle school in a Catholic school, even though I'm not Catholic. It might not be totally appropriate, but hey! I'm becoming an adult in 2 years! I gotta get used to it, don't I? Yeah. I read dark fiction. I read realistic fiction. I don't read fantasies a lot unless it's like Harry Potter or something like that. It just doesn't interest me unless it's very, 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 very action-packed. I love reading action things because it keeps me on the edge of my seat. I'm just like, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Is she gonna die? No! Basically me. But yeah, so that's what I read. A bunch of random stuff. I don't really have a set genre, but not a lot of people do. Okay, so that's me doing the YouTube Newbie Tag. Never fear, I will be back. I'm not gonna bail on this channel like I've done on my other one, but that wasn't my fault. I'll get into that in a different video. So, until I make another video,